Hey guys, welcome back to Rock Solid Crawlers. There's another episode. Today what we're going to be doing here with Timo.
How's it going?
We're going to be doing the battery tray relocate that I've told you about in my previous videos. Okay, this is his Axial scx10 3 base camp. Here's the stock battery tray on the rear and the battery tray that sits on the side. What we're going to do is we're going to take one of these and we're going to move it right up here to the front. Alright guys, so what we did was we went ahead and removed the rear battery tray and the side battery tray, and then on the underside of the side battery tray there is this right here. That's going to go ahead and just go right in there, and that's what we're going to use today. And we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Go ahead and show them the underside of it. Okay, everything's back on. So what this is going to do is this is going to take the void, okay, this gap right here in the front. Okay, you've got two mounting holes right here that Axial put, possibly on purpose, but it is made for a winch. You can still put a winch in up here, a servo winch, just so you know. But we're going to go ahead and put it down here and use these holes. So what he's doing is he's drilling this hole out right here. It's in the factory bracket. So he's going to punch those through just like that. I'll show you the top. There's the new holes. Those holes will line up perfectly with this front piece right here that they've already got set up for you. Go ahead and take a X-Acto knife. We don't have a bevel tool, but what we're going to do is we're going to inset these inside here so they don't rub on the battery. We do have a hard case battery for his crawler right here. We're using the Electron Pro. Good little batteries. My crawler uses same thing, but I use 11.1 Electron Pro for mine. When you're doing this, I want to point out that you're not going to be able to use the 5000 or the 5200 milliamp batteries because it will stick out way too far over towards your wheelbase here. Okay, and your tires will rub possibly on that. I'd use a smaller battery, something a lot of people use for comp. And Timo is wallowing out the hole. Give a little good wallow. What this is going to do is right in here, those screws are actually going to thread themselves into this, and that's where you're going to get your bite from. So you don't have to sink them through and use a nylock on this. We've got two different positions that we can go with on this battery tray replacement to the front of this Axial scx10 3 crawler. Depends on your battery size, and like I said, I want to reiterate Electron Pro. Okay, this is a 7.4 4600 milliamp, or your 11.1 2200 milliamp. These will both fit. Anything bigger and you're gonna have issues. All right guys, we did a quick mock-up so you guys can see. Pretty sure, I know it's going to be a little blurry when it's close up. I'm pretty sure you can get the gist of it. It's not sunk all the way down, but what we're going to do here is we're going to use these piston heads from my Desert Lizard kit. And it comes with all kinds of different piston heads that we're not going to use. And we're going to use those to space out what we need here. And you can see where the frame sits, chassis sits. And you can see kind of where we need to be level. We want to be as level as we can. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do another mock-up of the piston heads in there. And then we're going to be right back with you. So we're going to show you guys a couple differences in the batteries before we actually sit this thing in and get everything all buttoned down. This is the 4600. Again, 7.4 Electron Pro LiPo. Okay, he's running 100C. Let's see if you can see that. That light glare is awesome. Turn that light off. Oh, that might work. I think so. So that's that one. We're gonna go ahead and replace it with this one.
So obviously this one's longer than that one, narrower though. So that's why we got it towards the back to get the weight where we want it. So either one of these batteries are ideal for the situation. We do have a larger battery, which you could see is gonna extend. So when you drop that down with the oversized tires I got, you could run into an issue with hitting the battery with the tire and that. And
Also,
I mean, the weight wise would be killer, but just the sheer size of it is going to hinder, you know, and plus it could infringe on your body sitting down properly.
So that bigger battery, I just want to touch real quick, is your approach angle obviously is down here, okay, where your approach angle is. But you get into a lot of things, at least we do when we're crawling, that do come up through here, okay? And we don't want to puncture that battery or have anything happen to this battery. This is not a hard case battery. This is a 5200 11.1 Electron Pro. But we both recommend the smaller batteries. You can also leave this rear plate on if you want. Okay, and if you want to run that bigger battery, you can run it back there all day long. But you can also have this up here for doing insane crawls. I mean, the weight difference is 7.8 ounces for this little battery right here. Okay, which equates to...
That's this one.
Oh, my bad. 7.8 ounces, you're right, Timo. For this one. Okay, that equates to 221 grams, okay, that you're moving forward on your crawler. This one equates to 172 grams, and I could show you this real quick if we want to. The big battery is at 11.6 ounces, which I don't have a phone on me, but it probably equates to somewhere near like 400 grams, I believe. I think Timo was bringing out his phone real quick, so we'll let you guys know. You could probably run this battery if you were careful.
What was it?
11.6.
That would be 328.854 grams.
So there you go, guys. 328 grams.
Ton of weight.
That's a ton of weight. Ton of weight. And you want the weight up front, guys. And you know that. I mean, a lot of the
yeah, if you watch our
have been...
videos, you can see where just the weight difference from when we started with no mods or no weight, and just when the last video was with yours with the battery up front, and I was still running it on the side, and just the sheer difference you can see in the mobility of the truck's difference.
It's a big thing, and you know he's even running these 5.2. Yeah. 5.2 inch 1.9. Okay, so the 1.9 by 5.2. He's even running bigger tires, and I still had sections to where my crawler would crawl easier than this, having the weight up front. And he's got all the trail stuff that I do. Okay, all your portal stuff, all the portal weights. Okay, everything is the same on our crawlers, weight wise for the front. And this is a game changer doing this. And like I said, I want to state this again. If you want to run a servo-mounted winch, it'll run right underneath here, okay? And it comes out right here.
Yeah, you got plenty of space.
Yep, there's plenty of space, guys. So, here we go. Let's go ahead and jump back into mounting this up.
Okay, so what we decided was we mocked up this battery because it's clearly wider, and I want to keep, you know, the weight. You know, I want to keep it as close to the servo as possible. So the factory servo wire is going to be pinched a little bit, but there's still room in there. And this is going to come down a little bit when we set up the piston heads. We're going to super glue two of those together to level this out. and should, for this battery or even this battery, it's going to work out perfect. But if you want a little more space, there is the front holes where you could move it forward. The only thing I was concerned about is it's going to get real close to the front of the body, and at some of the approach angles and stuff, it just could, you know, you could end up, you know, damaging the, it's plastic thread, so it'll hold good, but if you start bouncing it off the stuff or hitting stuff, it's going to strip it out, and you're going to, you know, it's going to get loose. I mean, they're going to loosen up eventually with time anyways, which we found after the last crawl. I had to go through and tighten up a bunch of stuff was loose on it, so we'll get to making this solid.
Okay, so we're going to show you guys on how we're doing these piston heads together here. We're going to use this Gorilla Super Glue, which is fantastic for
Gel
hobby stuff.
Model.
Gel model, thank you. And we're just going to go ahead and let Timbo do his thing. And that's it. I mean, it's already set. So when you drop it over the top, just make sure it's lined up.
Yeah,
this hole,
that one moved around.
These holes are bigger than the screw that you're going to use, so you've got a little bit of tolerance.
Yeah, so you can see it's not off, but the screw goes right through.
Goes right through.
And this plastics, I mean, if you were really picky about it, you could take a drill bit and even it up, but you're going to have enough movement. We just want it to level it. Not really, you know, looks isn't, you know, a priority. It's more functionality.
After this is done, it's going to look factory, guys. You're not really going to be able to even know it didn't come from the factory like this. We'll show you the other one real quick. Okay, guys, so those are our spacers. That's what we're using for spacers. It's super easy. A lot of people have these laying around. If you don't have these laying around, you can go to the hobby store and you can get piston heads, and you can just buy a package of them. I would recommend it.
I mean, there's all kinds of things you could use too. I mean, if you were in a bind and your hobby store wasn't open, you could go to, like, you know, in our area we have Park Rose Hardware, Home Depot, Lowe's. They have all them drawers with little miscellaneous washers and O-rings. I mean, you could use a rubber O-ring, would do the same thing. And
so let's see what these are measuring out at, Timo. Just so we can show what we're measuring out at here.
How do you want to do that? Like that? You want it sideways?
So that's a, what is that, a centimeter? Oh, that is sideways. So we're gonna go.
These are centimeters.
Yeah, we're gonna go height.
So we want to go. Let me sneak my hand in here.
So it's almost about 1/4 of an inch is what it is.
Yeah, about 1/2 centimeter.
Yeah, 1/2 centimeter, 1/4 of an inch. And that's going to get you up to where you are pretty much level.
So if you look at this, that's going to go right there. And then with this spacer here and that, it is just going to sit so nice and level.
Yep. It's going to float right over that chassis. And it's going to look like
it was made that way.
Yep. Factory. You see he's already got the screws in. It's probably hard to see. I'm doing the best I can here. Not bumping head.
We'll just back this out till it's...
Yeah, just sit this in, and then I ran mine down on each side. So don't back it out, because what they'll do is they'll even out when you go in, and then you just run them down. Okay guys, what he did was he left a little bit of the screw out, and what happens is when you put those in, it'll line up with your spacers. I'm gonna hold this crawler. It'll line up with the spacers, and you want to get it to where it starts to feel like it's threading into the plastic. Just like he's doing, and it's a done deal. I'm gonna push. There you go.
Nope, it didn't.
Oh, it's just not lined up. Oh, you just got to get more screw right there. There it is.
Yeah, I think the problem is the screw ain't quite long enough. And
oh, so it's not long enough?
Yeah, it's pretty loose. And
so
you know,
let's back that out. We'll be right back, guys. We thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe down below, right here.
Tell all your friends.
hit that notification button so you don't miss any of this, guys. Nothing.
You know, comment on there too. Let us know what we can do different. You know, we're all about, you know, knowledge and helping the fellow RCers out. So let us know what we can do or what you're interested in, or you know.
You guys stay tuned, please, because next weekend we're going to go out on a pretty serious crawl in one of our national parks here in Washington State. We scouted it today. We found a lot of cool stuff. So stay tuned for that video. And again, thank you for watching Rock Crawlers RC. This is Timo and B-Dog signing out.
Thanks, guys.